Hello everybody, Shinjo here, welcome back to the channel and to a tier list of Pokemon Gym Leaders. My initial plan was to do a top 10 Pokemon Gym Leaders since I've done Champions before, but I realized that a tier list would be a lot better because it would allow me to get my thoughts out better on each individual character, and it's another tier list. So that's why I went with that. I don't know why, and I just looked up one tier list, so it's probably not every single one. This one has all the traditional gym leaders from 1 through 6, and then the kahunas and trial captains because they're essentially gym leaders as well. Everything from Gen 8 and 9 as well, but for some reason, the Diamond and Pearl clan members are on here. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to rank them anyway because they're here. So let's get started. Gen 1, we have to start with the man, Brock. Now, this is going to be tricky because there are going to be some characters that have more of an anime presentation than some others. For example, Brock is a massive character in the anime, both as a gym leader from the games and also a character in general. So I'm going to start off solidly by putting him in A. Being essentially a main character really does help his situation. And then for Misty, she definitely is nostalgia. So I'll put her in B. She's a fine character. I'm balancing out the gym leader to anime for this one because while Misty was the first Pokegirl, unfortunately, as a character in the anime, she does kind of seem rude to Ash a lot of times. But let me make this a little bit quicker. Surge is just Surge. His massive appearance in the anime is the only reason that's keeping him in B tier. Erica's fine. A little bit of a low-key pick, in my opinion. Speed this up a little bit. Blaine's iconic just because of his trivia. Giovanni, he's a leader of an evil team, something that they've never done before. I'm not counting Team Yell, by the way. Koga, he's a very late B tier. Sabrina is probably going to be an A tier as well. Although it's hard because she's had so many redesigns. To be fair, Erica has as well. But Sabrina has the one from the anime, the Gen 1, Gen 3, so on and so forth. She's definitely the one that's gone the most drastic character design, maybe next to Blaine from the anime. And then we have your rival. I don't really know, because he's only been the gym leader for the Gen 2 games, so I like him better than Koga, I guess, so I'll put him there. I feel like this is going to be a bit easier. Bugsy is C, Faulkner is C, Chuck is going to be a high C just because of that wild mustache. Claire is going to be a B tier. Janine is fine. She's going to be B tier as well. Honestly, for me, Jasmine is going to be A tier. Morty's cool. I'll put him in A tier. Price is going to be C. Whitney is right around here. And that's all Gen 2. I put everybody there in C basically because they're forgettable in my opinion. And a combination of characters like Faulkner and Bugsy and even Price and Chuck to a minor degree, not even using Gen 2 Mons. Claire, Janine, and Whitney are fine. Honestly, I think Whitney gets more hate than what she deserves just from her milk tank. And Jasmine and Morty are just cool. Honestly, Jasmine's a bit of a low-key favorite pick for me. Brawly's gonna be hard because Brawly is gone over a massive character design, so I'll put him right down the middle. And we'll do that. I think I'm just gonna do it based off of the gens first, and then I'll go through my logic of everything. Yeah, we'll do that. I think I'll just put those two together. I'll do that. And there. And that's everybody. So, obvious is obvious. Flannery in A tier just makes sense because it's Flannery. Winona is really graceful as well. Watson's just honestly fun-loving, and he seemed like he'd be a great pal to hang around with. Roxanne, it's something different for a first gym leader, so that's fine by me. Honestly, Wallace and Juan, I don't know why they changed gym leaders because they both essentially fill the same role. Tate and Liza, it's neat that they had a double battle, but it's hard for me to imagine one without the other. And Norman, the lore and backstory of your dad being a gym leader is neat, but it's not something I care enough about. Oh crap, I forgot. We're in Gen 4 now, so everybody's gonna laugh at the one gym leader. Alright, let's get this over with. So for Gen 4, we are doing this, and doing this, and we're doing that, and that. We're gonna put you there. Actually, we'll put all of you there, and I think that's fine. I wasn't sure at first, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I realized that I didn't put any of the Sinnoh gym leaders in A tier. My bad. Honestly, this is just my first glance impressions on these characters. I might change them around later. But I noticed that I put all the girls in one tier and all the guys in one tier. Totally not planned. But I just like the gym leaders of Sinnoh, just based off of design. And obviously, the people that made the Gen 4 gym leaders really thought it was a good idea because they did the fighting type female gym leader again. Although honestly, looking at this, I think I'll just change that. That's fine. Honestly, I just put Roark and Byron together because they're family, but I honestly don't care enough. And for Gen 5, we're gonna do this and this there. And we'll put you there. And that. You. Yeah. 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 Oh, right, I forgot about you two. We'll put you there. And that. I forgot Skyla. We'll put you right next to Winona. So, Skyla, I really like Skyla's design. It's not something that I really cared too much about when the Gen 5 games came out, but the more I look at the design, the more I really like it. Yeah, I think I'm putting it above Elisa. Might be a bit of a controversial opinion because Elisa is the new Gen Flannery, but I don't know. I think the first Elisa design, the one from the base black and white, is okay. I really like the one from Black 2 and White 2, so I kind of averaged it out. Iris, just for factor of becoming a champion, is really impressive. Roxy, I just like the punk girl aesthetic. And Sharon, just for being a rival that becomes a gym leader, although I realized if I'm going by that logic, I can put you right here. I put Silent above his brothers merely for the fact that he has more of a presence in the anime. Clay, I just like the vibe of Clay. Drayden, that beard is massive. And Lenora and Marlon, I just don't really care enough about. Same with Bryson and Berg, I just don't really care much about them. Putting you there, putting you there, and there. Yeah. We're gonna do that, and that, and put you up there. Right there. Oh, that's everybody. Right, they didn't have any version exclusive gym leaders, so that was a lot easier. So, obvious is obvious. Clement and Karina both had a massive role in the anime, and Clement is honestly really cool in my opinion. I love his transition in the anime. As a gym leader in the games, he's honestly kind of forgettable, but it's balanced out between the anime and the games. Karina, I just like the idea of another fighting type female gym leader that is voiced by Lisa Ortiz, which actually works really well just based off of voice and character alone. Viola, just like Jasmine, a bit of an underrated pick in my opinion. And then for B tier, I put, Grant, Olympia, Valerie. I don't know. The eyes on Valerie, sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't, so averaged out. Olympia, that hair is completely insane. And Grant, I just don't really care. And Ramos, he's infamous for being a forgettable gym leader from Gen 6, so I'll give him that distinction. And Wolfric, I put next to Chuck because they both have weird beards. Now let's move on to the trial captains. So we're gonna do this, that, those up there, you up there, you there, I'll put you there, and I feel like I have to put you there, that, and yeah, I guess so. Kiawe, Lana, and Mallow, I just like all three of their characters. Granted, that probably is more from the anime rather than the video games, but I just always like Lana in general, so that's fair. Mina, again, in my opinion, an underrated pick. Nanu is just Nanu. Everybody generally likes Nanu, and I feel like I would have my head ripped off if I didn't put Olivia up here, so there you go on that. B tier, I just never really cared for Acerola or... crap, what's his name? Hala or Hapu's fine. I think I'll put Hapu above those two because I like that they got Brittany Lee Hamilton, I believe is the VA that voiced Georgia in Black and White. I appreciate that they got her back to do this role because it works really well. Sophocles, among the school kids from the anime, I just didn't really care. Same with Ryuk. I mean, the lore is probably there, but I just don't really care enough. And Alima, Molayne, I just don't really care for either one of those two either. But now we're on to Gen 8, and we have a lot more because of version exclusives and characters like Bea, Clara, and Marnie. And I also realized that Peony is here. So I'll put you there. That. Definitely that. I'll put both of those up there. No, you're going there. That. And there. And that. And you right there. Mustard's here for some reason. Okay. I'll just do that. Yeah. And we'll put you... Where did I put Marnie? Yeah, I think that's fair. And I'll put you there. Oh yeah, Raihan. Raihan is gonna go right there. Okay, yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. So, I don't think I made it any secret that I love Bea. Her appearance in the anime is really good. Her design is really good. And honestly, I've noticed that they've only gone up with female fighting type specialists. Because Maylene was fine. I mean, she's in B tier. But Karina and Bea are both in A tier. So that tells you something about my personal preferences. And Bea and Marnie, just for the fact that they got promoted to gym leaders, is really cool. Melanie, I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory why Melanie is there. Same thing with Nessa to Olivia. I feel like if I didn't put her up there, then I would be in big trouble. Raihan, I don't really care much for Raihan in general. I say that with him being in A tier. But he's neat, I guess. Then for B tier, never really cared for Alistair. The only reason Kabu is this far up is because of his recent anime appearance. Clara's fine. Milo, a bit forgettable but still lovable. I put Mustard and Peony there just because they're honorary gym leaders. Piers and Opal, they're okay. Gordy, I absolutely despise. And Avery, haven't played the other game, so I don't have much experience with Avery. Now let me tackle the Hisui characters before I go into Scarlet and Violet. So we're going to do this and that. Yeah, I didn't even notice Ingo was there at first, but okay. Yeah, we're doing that. We're doing that. We are gonna put you, I'm trying to move you right there. And I'll put you there for thematic purposes. Yeah. Oh, that's everybody. Oh no, I don't. No, it isn't. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Okay, so I put essentially everybody in B tier. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but Liam, Paulina, Iscan, Ingo. Actually, I'll put Ingo above a lot of these characters because that's a nice little Easter egg. Kalaba, I think her name is, and Garlic or something. I can't remember his name. Honestly, a lot of these characters I don't remember. And this one, I should remember the name, and I can guarantee you I'll remember the name after I'm done recording. But I just like the fact that he's a troll. And it gives me vibes of Harley from the Advanced Generation series. But as for everybody I put in A tier, Arezu never really cared much for the design of Mars until this, so make with that what you will. Mai as well, really good design. Sabi is one that I never really cared for until recently. It's just a really cute design. Irida and Adaman, you just spend a lot of time with them, so I've warmed up to them. Now we're rounding off with, is this everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it is everybody. I thought somebody was missing. Okay, so we're going to take this nice and slow. So, we'll put you there. Never really cared for Katie, even though I do kind of like the design. Honestly, a bit forgettable. Who's... Oh, it's Brassius that's next. Yeah, I'll put you... Nope, Katie's trying to move. I'll put Brassius at the top of B tier. I think below Misty. I'll put him near the top of B tier just for the fact of being a grass type specialist that isn't a girl, which I think he is the only time that that's happened. Nope, Milo and Salin are right there. My bad. It's one of the very few times that it's happened. And then we absolutely have to put Iono up there. Iono is just Iono. You just can't fight Iono. Make sure to like and subscribe, by the way. And here is where the controversy might show up. Larry and B tier. I know, everybody loves Larry. I know why everybody loves Larry, but just the relatability of hating your job and all this sort of negativity is just kind of boring in my opinion. Oh, I completely forgot about Kofu? Yeah, he's just gonna go right there. Rhyme I'll put there just for the fact about being tied to one of the teachers at the school. Tulip is fine, I don't really care. Grusha, I don't know, I'll put Grusha there. Might put Grusha right up here. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, so that is what I'm looking at the moment. But there is still one more matter we have to discuss. There's nobody in S tier. I think, based off of what I said, I'll put all of these underrated characters, or at least characters that I've mentioned are underrated, right next to each other. And I think between the three, I think Jasmine's going to go in S tier. I think that might be a bit controversial, but I like Jasmine's design. I believe she was canonically a rock type gym leader before the steel type was introduced or something like that, which is kind of cool. And I like the nice little cameo that she has in the Sinnoh region, even though it's basically nothing. I think if we were more lenient on counting the Hisui characters, then I think this is something that I would do. But that's only if we include Hisui characters as gym leaders, which this tier list does, so I'm putting it up there. But if we're not counting that, you're going back down here. But, on the other hand, it is my video, so you're going back up there. And I think, just as a general thing, you have to be there. I guess it depends on, because I've been just randomly ranking these characters, so it depends on how we rank the character. Are we ranking them based off of battle prowess, attractiveness? Considering a lot of these people are underage, I'm not sure if we should do that last one. But I think we'll do that. Actually, put you at the very top of A tier. I really like B. And to be quite honest, I feel like being a little bit chaotic today. So we're putting you up there. Make sure to like and subscribe, by the way. One last check over here. Actually, since I badmouthed Gordy so much, I'll just bump Gordy down there. Alright, I think that's what I'm going to do at the moment. Honestly, with these tier lists, I just kind of put them in the spur of the moment sort of thing. And I didn't really get much of a chance to explain this earlier. But obviously, characters that have been in the anime have more of an advantage over characters that haven't. Like, for example, Lima was in the anime. Avery was never in the anime. Gordy never was in the anime. Kofu wasn't in the anime, although I don't think that would really help his case. But obviously, characters that have had more screen time would have more of an edge, although it is just my personal preference at the end of the day. And I think we'll just put these two. No, actually, that's so fitting that Brock is right next to Olivia. Yeah, we'll just do this. Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I think it's a general thing that everybody loves Nessa and Olivia. And Brina is right there as well. I guess the one thing that we're missing from here is the Frontier Brains, but I don't think it's enough to warrant its own video just for less than 10 characters. But hey, let me know what you think down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And I guess Elisa, Jasmine, and Aono are at least my top 3 gym leaders. Not so sure about Arezu, but I'll see you next time. Momentai.